Imagine standing in the crowd, the lights are flashing, the guitars are screaming, and the energy is electric. You're lost in the music, singing along with your favorite rock star, and then, in an instant, everything changes. What was supposed to be an unforgettable night of music turns into a nightmare. Tonight, we're uncovering the chilling true stories of rock stars who died while performing live on stage. From shocking accidents to tragic heart attacks, these are the final curtain calls of musicians who left this world doing what they loved most. Stay with me until the end, because some of these stories are almost too surreal to believe. 1. Dimebag Darrell. December 8, 2004. Columbus, Ohio. Dimebag Darrell, legendary guitarist of Pantera and Damageplan, was ripping into the opening riff when chaos exploded. A deranged fan stormed the stage, pulled out a gun, and fired. Dimebag was struck multiple times and collapsed instantly in front of a crowd of stunned fans. The scene was pure horror. Security and police rushed in, but it was too late. The rock world lost one of its most talented and beloved guitarists that night, a man whose riffs defined heavy metal for an entire generation.
2. Longley. Just a year earlier, another nightmare unfolded.
February 20, 2003. Great White guitarist Ty Longley was performing at the Station nightclub in Rhode Island when pyrotechnics ignited the foam soundproofing. Within seconds, the small club turned into a death trap. The fire spread faster than anyone could escape. In the chaos, Longley never made it out. He perished along with 100 others in one of the deadliest nightclub fires in U.S. history. What was meant to be a night of music turned into a tragedy etched in rock and roll history.
3. Judge Dredd. Alexander Hughes, better known as Judge Dredd, was a larger-than-life figure in reggae and ska. Known for his humor and risque lyrics, he always commanded the stage with a smile. But on March 13, 1998, during a performance in Canterbury, England, he suddenly collapsed from a heart attack. At first, fans thought it was part of his act. Judge Dredd was that unpredictable. But the truth sank in quickly. The laughter was over. He was gone at 52, leaving behind a silence his audience never expected. 4. Nick Menza. For metal fans, Nick Menza was a beast behind the drums. His thunderous power defined Megadeth's golden era. In May 2016, Menza was performing with his new band Ohm at a Los Angeles jazz club. Mid-song, he slumped over his drum kit. Fans cheered, thinking it was part of the show. But within moments, the cheers turned to horror. Nick had suffered a massive heart attack. Despite efforts to save him, he died right there, stick still in his hands. 5. Mark Sandman. Mark Sandman of Morphine was one of the most unique voices in alternative rock. His music was smoky, hypnotic, and unforgettable. On July 3, 1999, while playing at a festival in Italy, Sandman collapsed on stage in front of thousands. Like others before him, the crowd thought it was part of the performance. But Sandman had suffered a fatal heart attack at just 46 years old. His bandmates stood frozen in shock as their leader's final note became his last. 6. Harvey. Sometimes tragedy strikes not from health, but from danger hidden in plain sight. In 1972, Stone the Crow's guitarist Les Harvey was playing a show in Swansea, Wales. While adjusting his microphone with wet hands, a live current surged through him. He was electrocuted instantly on stage. The audience watched in horror as his bandmates tried desperately to help, but it was too late. His shocking death became a grim reminder of how unsafe rock concerts could be in the early days. 7. Sib Hashian. Sib Hashian, the drummer who laid down the beats for Boston's timeless hits, joined a rock cruise in March 2017. Fans were thrilled to see him perform up close, surrounded by nothing but the sea and the music. But midway through the set, Hashian collapsed behind his drum kit. Efforts to revive him failed. For those in the audience, it was surreal. Watching the man who played on More Than a Feeling take his very last breath to the sound of applause. 8. Mike Scaccia. Mike Scaccia of Ministry and Rigor Mortis was known for his ferocious guitar playing. In December 2012, he was celebrating his bandmate's birthday at a live show in Texas when tragedy struck. Scaccia collapsed mid-performance. At first, fans thought it was part of his over-the-top energy on stage, but the reality was devastating. He had suffered a heart attack. He died doing the very thing he was born to do, playing his guitar at full throttle. 9. Bruce Hampton. Bruce Hampton, often called the godfather of the jam band scene, turned 70 in 2017. Friends, family, and fans gathered for a huge birthday celebration concert in Atlanta. The encore was pure magic, until Hampton collapsed on stage, right at the feet of his fellow musicians. The audience thought it was a prank, a part of the show. But it wasn't. Hampton had suffered a fatal heart attack during his own tribute concert, making his final moment as surreal as it was heartbreaking. 10. Country Dick Montana. Country Dick Montana, frontman of the Beat Farmers, was famous for his wild, unpredictable antics. On November 8, 1995, he was performing in Canada when he collapsed while singing. The crowd roared, assuming it was another outrageous stunt. But Country Dick never got up. He had died in the middle of the song. For a man who lived every day like a rock and roll party, his exit was both shocking and strangely fitting. These rock stars left the world the same way they lived, on stage, under the lights, surrounded by music and fans. Their stories are tragic, but they remind us of the raw passion and sacrifice behind the music we love. Thank you for watching this journey into the haunting side of rock history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe for more stories of the legends who shaped music forever. This is Rock Fame Diaries, where the music never dies, even when the legends do. God bless.
I'm a happy boy.